Sunday twilights at Sha Tin. Paul Lally is here for the selections across the 11 races. 4 o'clock start, 9 on the turf, on the A course and 2 on the all-weather. Opening race, Class 4 over the 1200. Beauty Missile is on the class drop. Judy's great couple of trials since being injured back on the 7th of April. Robot Master, 2 trials also. First starter is deal completed, Dragon Joy. He's a horse that's had 1 start, run second at the trial since. Fox Hunter Go is on debut, as is Jubilant Winner. Sweet Smile has the hood going on. An Excellent Daddy comes back from the 1400 to the 1200 metres. Looking at the speed map here, Paul, and Fox Hunter Go has shown pace in his trials.
He has. Look, there's no real leader in this race, and as he has shown those pace, I think they'll be positive with him. Dragon Joy was the first out of the gates last start, so I think they'll be positive from him as well. You and Long Elite's on the inside. My Wish is up in trip, and I thought Sweet Smile will get a nice run, 3 back there on the inside.
Tom Wood is our man on the interviews today, and his first chat was with the trainer of My Wish, Mark Newnham.
Mark, My Wish, who ran down the straight a couple of weeks ago, put up a really good performance on paper there. What did you make of the run overall?
Yeah, very pleased with him. He got a little bit lost under pressure, which you'd expect. His trials, we haven't asked too much of him, and he did only have 1 trial before coming to Hong Kong. So when Luke first put him under pressure, he did sort of wander about a little bit, but the last part of his race was really good.
The way he found the line there, did that convince you that 1200 was the right move this time round?
Yeah, and look, I just wanted to start him off at 1,000 and give him a good experience. You know, he'll appreciate the extra trip now, and now that he's had that experience, I'd say round the bend will suit him better.
How's he come on since then? Because he is just under just around £1,000. So does he take much work?
He doesn't take much work. He's only a little horse. He's still quite immature. This will probably be his last run for the season. I thought if we give him a fairly easy time, the back end of this season, he's going to make into a nice horse.
Mark Newnham on My Wish there. Paul Lally right now on our first replay. This is Beauty Missile, Paul. He does have to carry 135 pounds, but he has placed 2 from 4 course and distance. He's last start 4th behind Call Me Glorious.
Comes down to this grade into Class 4. Look, he's had 5 seconds from his 19 starts. He hasn't managed to break through yet, but one of those seconds was off a rating of 68. He's now down to the 60 rating. So I think he's capable in this grade. There's no question. As you mentioned, he's got to carry a big weight from a wide draw. He's drawn barrier number 10. So I'm going to include him, but I'm not going to put him on top.
He did cover plenty of ground in that race from his draw. Did Beauty Missile, better gate for him in the opening race. We move on to Happy Valley, Paul, which is where Sweet Smile has been for his only 2 starts, and he did improve, beaten 7 on debut, then 3.5 here. What of the switch across to the bigger circuit?
I think it's going to suit him. Look, he's only, as you mentioned, he's learning his trade as he comes through. He's drawn nicely in barrier number 3. I thought he'd get a really nice run, 3 back on the inside. So he'll be a little bit close in the run. Hugh Bowman has obviously got a bit of confidence. He's sticking with the horse. So, look, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an improvement once again. You see that with John-sized horses.
Yep, you sure do. So that's Sweet Smile. Off to the trials we go now. This is Dragon Joy running second. He tracked the speed here. That's Circuit 9, who's going to win the trial, who's just in front of him at the moment. Karis Teaton rides for Ricky Yu at start number 2.
Comes out of a strong race behind Devano. He wasn't too far away as well. He was a little bit wide, so had a little bit of excuse there. He seems to have come out of the race with no issues. Pushed out a little bit in this trial, but responded well enough. Finished second in the trial. So, look, I'm going to include him as well. I think he's showing a bit of improvement from his debut run.
And that is the last of the replays. So what is the makeup of your top 4?
Going to go with the 12 on top here. I think he can win, which is Sweet Smile, Beauty Missile, the well-rated horse Dragon Joy, and we heard from Mark Newnham of My Wish. 12, 1, 7 and 10.
Sweet Smile for Paul to kick off the day at Sha Tin with a win. Race 1, 4 o'clock. Trip number 1 of 2 to the all-weather is race number 2, and it's run over the 1,650 metres. Berlin Tango last start winner carries the same weight. Apache Pass ran second to Berlin Tango. Alacrity visor off, pacifies with the cowls go on. Slipperwind Dragon's a 4-time course and distance winner, as is So We Joy. And Talent's Ambition comes up in grade and onto the surface for the first time for Harry Bentley and Mark Newnham. Paul, looking at the speed here, it's Toy Soltero going forward.
Yeah, like the previous race, there's no real standout leader in this race, but Toy Soltero's run over 1,000, 1,200, and now jumps to 1,650. He's gone forward in his trials as well. Alacrity's another one that can race on pace, Apache Pass. Saruga Bay went well at his last start on the surface. Super Wind Dragon likewise. So we Joy, Perfect Team, and back to Berlin Tango. Talent's Ambition has gone back in his starts.
And the Mark Newnham Show rolls on to race number 2. Here's Tom with Mark on the grey, Talent's Ambition.
You've got Talent's Ambition lining up on the all-weather. He's only lightly tried to here in Hong Kong, but he looked pretty good, I thought, last time out, considering the draw and the big weight.
Yeah, look, he hasn't had a lot of luck with draws. He gets to the bottom of the weights in this and gets onto the all-weather for the first time. But his trials and work on the all-weather suggest he'll handle it, and he's got an American pedigree, so I'm confident that he'll handle it. Down in the weights there, he's, even though it's a 60 to 85, he's probably a little disadvantaged at the weights, but he's a horse that's improving quickly, and I think if he can get a win now, it'll set him up good for next season.
What do you look to do with him from barrier 9 in the 9-horse field with the short run to the first turn?
Oh, look, most likely go back, but it's a race that doesn't look to be much pace, so we'll have a talk with Harry and work out a plan, but I'd say most likely we'll give him a chance early and let him finish on.
We're in the final throes of the first season for you here in Hong Kong. 25 for winners with still a handful of meetings to go. Can you sit back at the end of the season with a cold one and reflect on what has been a good season? How overall would you sum it up?
Yeah, look, I'm satisfied. I'd always thought that we'd have a good last part of the season, and that's turned out. We've got some nice horses for next year, so I think we've put ourselves in a good position to do well next year and improve again through the season. So, no, overall, I'm very satisfied.
Mark Newnham there on Talent's Ambition. We go on now, Paul, to winning form of Berlin Tango last time. Apache Pass was big. He was never on the track. And Perfect Team meets the other two much better off at the weights and is second up after a break.
Yeah, no, definitely. And look, Berlin Tango doesn't win out of turn, but he's put three good races together with a second, a third, and then this win. So he has come into a bit of form. I didn't mind the run of Saruga Bay as well. I know he only finished 7th, but there wasn't much room there for him. And he's drawn nicely in barrier 1 with a lightweight. So you can see him finishing off. That's him, number 11 there in those pink colours. So I wouldn't be surprised if he improved as well.
Okay, so we'll keep an eye on Saruga Bay. And what of Super Wind Dragon? He knows his way around this surface pretty well. He ran 4th last time behind Capital Delight. Draws barrier number 3, goes up in trip. He's yet to win over the 1650. Yeah,
that's just the key for him as well over this distance. But he has been placed 4 of his 7 goes, so I don't think he's totally hopeless over the 1650. He's drawn nicely in barrier 3, so he should get a nice enough run, and he finished off strongly enough in this race here over the 1200. So I don't think he was totally suited by the wet slow either. He didn't really seem to cop it, but he did what he had to do. So look, I'm going to include him as well. I think he's a chance.
Super Wind Dragon is in, but you've had this horse on your radar from the time he's arrived in Hong Kong, Talent's Ambition.
Yeah, and we heard from Mark Newnham there, and I just really think this horse is really going to be suited. He's got, as he said, American pedigree all the way through, American sire, American dam, and American Grand Dam as well. So, look, he's on top to beat Super Wind Dragon. Saruga Bay, I think, is the improver at a price, and Berlin Tango. 9, 5, 8 and 1.
It's just all Yankee Doodle Dandy for Talent's Ambition for Paul in race number 2. Race number 3 now, and this is the second and the final of the all-weather races, and it is over the 1650. Also, Young Brilliance on the class drop and has the blinkers going back on. G-Liner, last start winner, goes up £4. Midori Burley has the blinkers off. Sunny Darling pacifiers with cowls off. Shadow Roll On. Harker Radiance pacifiers off. Crossover Noseband added to him. XL Wong Choi, blinkers off, hood and pacifiers on. That's it for the gear changes, and Son of McPhee and Brave Witness have both been to the trial since we've seen them last race. G-Liner Paul straight to the front from 5.
Yeah, he led last start and won. Brave Witness was lead trail there, and that's how they finished. So he should get a nice opportunity once again. Lucky better. Now, Viva Hunter, he's got the apprentice claim, so he might put a bit of pressure on G-Liner if he decides to go forward. Haka Radiance has led in trials, but not on race day, and he's drawn wide. And Young Brilliant, another one that's gone forward with blinkers on here, he drops in grade into Class 4.
You mentioned the race last time with G-Liner and Brave Witness. Here it is in our first replay. G-Liner up outside, Lucky Banner turning for home. Viva Hunter yet to win on this surface, but he has placed numerous times. Gets a good draw with a claim.
Yeah, look, he's 1 of 64, Viva Hunter, and he's down to this 58 rating with a £7 claim. So he comes into the race really well under the conditions. I thought Brave Witness was going to win about here, but it was a strong win from G-Liner. I'm going to go with Brave Witness again, though. Back to the 1650, I think it's going to be better for him.
And Karis on board with such a terrific record on the all-weather too. He's the leading rider of all-weather horses is Karis Teeton. Son of McPhee's a last start winner, Paul. He doesn't win out of turn generally. Viva Hunter runs 6th. Having said that, he has won 2 of his last 3, Son of McPhee, but more often than not, he hadn't strung them together. And where's Mission Bravo at? He's just lost it all when it comes to the start of the races.
He has. He's lost all his early speed. He used to lead on his air, but now he's always flops out and he's the last home. Good run here, I thought, from Viva Hunter along the inside. He finished off nicely here for second. And Lucky Banner was there for a long period of the race. He was just sort of faded late, didn't he? And because he had a bit of pressure. So, look, Viva Hunter all but won that. So he goes in for me along with Lucky Banner. I think he's a chance.
And you could see G-Liner in the green, badly held up for him. Of course, he came out to win after that. Now, Young Brilliant got himself cast in the gates and then stuck under the barriers last time and was late scratch. He's been sent back to the trials. He's had 2 of them and he comes into Class 4 for the first time.
Yeah, and on the surface for the first time. Maybe that's going to do the trick because he's run last at 100 to 1 last start, 35 to 1 the start before. He was last on both occasions. He's hopelessly out of form. He's downgraded and he's changed surface. So maybe that can spark him up. But look, I'm happy to watch him.
All right, that is him running 3rd last under a hold in that trial. Hopefully, for connections of the racing club, he doesn't get too sassy in the gates this week like he did last time, Paul.
Yes, going to go with Brave Witness on top here, the 14. Comes in with a lightweight. I think he can overturn with G-Liner, so he goes on top to beat Viva Hunter, Lucky Banner. And G-Liner was still a good run from him last time. Has won over the 1650 in the past as well. 14, 3, 11 and 2.
And that is the preview for the 3rd race, which is leg 1 of the early treble. In race number 4, this is the running of the Emerald Handicap, and the distance of it is 1,800 metres. Quite a bit of distance racing on this program. Serangoon's coming back from the 2,200. Kimberley has the pacifiers with the cows off, the blinkers going back on. Gallant Hero blinkers for the first time. It is a first look at 1,800 for Volcanic Spark. Mr. Dapper, cheek pieces off, blinkers go on. All of the wins for Starship 80 have been in Class 5. Circuit 9's having his first start since March. Pakistan Friend is a 4-time winner over the 1,800 metres. As we roll across to the speed map here, Paul, and Happy Hero Kimberley lead running ahead, and Mr. Dapper.
Yeah, look, Kimberley's got blinkers on for the first, or blinkers back on, I should say. So I thought he'd be positive from his draw. Happy Hero likes to go forward. There's no, again, confirmed leader in this race. Mr. Dapper's gone forward in the past. I thought Volcanic Spark can get a really nice run as well. Running ahead can come across. The other horses generally get back. Affordable, Joy of Spring, Gallant Hero, and we've seen plenty of Starship 80 this season.
We have, and he's had a trial since his last run too as Starship 80. On to our first replay though, Paul, at Serangoon, and this is him. He's been racing well around Happy Valley, but he's record at Sha Tin not as strong.
8 starts at Sha Tin for 1 minor placing, and that was a 4th and 7 zip. So, look, I prefer him at the Happy Valley of what we've seen so far. Just a one-time winner of his 16 starts. He's drawn 12, and he's going to go back as well. So, look, yep, happy to watch him.
We'll leave Serangoon until he gets back to the city circuit. He does have to carry the 135 pounds. Our second replay is the consistent joy of spring. He has done everything other than win a race. In Pakistan, friend, disappointing this day. He's usually better when he gets on his bike early and gets handy.
Look, Joy of Spring goes in, not on a win line though, because he's been a little bit costly. He was beaten favourite at his last 2 starts, and prior to those, he was single figures at the 2 before that. So, look, a win's not far away. That's the question. But you wouldn't want to take a short price about him. He's had the 9 starts for the 3 seconds and 3 thirds. And look, he'll give you a sight. It's just whether he can get his nose in front.
Can't draw a gate either, although the 1800 metres is a great start point at Sha Tin. Next up, we go to winning form around Happy Hero. This was over the 2000. It was also in Class 5. He has struggled a bit in Class 4, but does have that one next to his name.
Yeah, well, he did win nicely. I think he'll go on the pace, and it doesn't look too much pace in the race. Barrier 10, so he's going to have to work a little bit to get across. Prefer to see him, as you mentioned, down in Class 5, and look, he's racing over the 2200 metres, 2000 metres, so I thought the 1800 metres was just at the sort of the end of his distance here. So look, I was happy to watch him in there.
Right, Mark Noonan with better chances back in race number 2 with Talent's Ambition and perhaps My Wish in race number 1. Volcanic Spark has promised to deliver, runs on over all sorts of shorter distances, but then seems to step up in trip and does the same thing. Can he figure this week?
Well, first time over the 1800 for him. He's by rote, Chil Chibi sire. So look, he should be able to handle the 18 with no issues whatsoever. He's drawn nicely in barrier 1. His win was off 51. He's at a 54 rating. But I don't think this is an overly strong field, and he finished off really nicely, I thought, here for 4th. So, look, I'm going to go with him in this. Yeah, I really like the way he accelerated in that last 50 metres. I know you've had a bit of time for him in the past.
Yep, so this is his chance for Dante's Peak to break through.
It is, it definitely is. Volcanic Spark, he can win this. So he's on top from the inside draw. Joy of Spring, another placing for him. Mr. Dapper, I think the 1800 will be good for him. The blinkers will go on the first time as well. And then Circuit 9 recently won a 1200 metre trial and was actually jumped on that occasion. That's the big key for him. So we'll put him in on a minor line. 5, 6, 7, 11.
Matthew Poon and Ricky Yu, the 2 men there for Paul in race number 4 with Volcanic Spark. Race number 5, first division of the Diamond Handicap. It is, and it's a Class 4 over the 1400 metres. Amazing Duck and Only You are both on the class drop. Apollo Fighter has the blinkers coming off, steps ahead, goes up in trip. Mimi has the earplugs on, Storming Dragon, cheek pieces off, blinkers on him for the first time. Circuit Maximus wears cheek pieces the first time. Great Spirit, minus blinkers and a tongue tie. And Game Player Warrior has a tongue tie on. He was scratched on the 26th of May too. He was fractious in the gates. Rolling across to the speed map here, Paul, and it's Amazing Duck leading Greenwich and Storming Dragon.
Yeah, I think the Duck can lead here. He's got the apprentice claim. He's drawn nicely in barrier 6 and he's downgraded. So a couple of positives there. Greenwich has gone forward in his races. Storming Dragon, now I think there is a slot for him if he can get across there. Blinkers on for the first time. Be positive with him. Gluck Racer. Mimi, he's got earmuffs on. He might not hear the Roadrunner, the Willie Coyote coming, I should say. Circuit Maximus steps ahead. Should get a nice enough run. Almost blew that, didn't I?
You did, but you could save.
Thanks.
It's a great cartoon, the Roadrunner.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, don't make them like that anymore. On to the replays for this. We've got Steps Ahead, Greenwich and Triple Bliss. He's done everything. Steps Ahead in 2 starts. He's run second in both of them, behind Lucy in the Sky and Heyday. Lucy in the Sky is a smart horse, so he's done everything other than win.
Yeah, I think this is the right race for him as well. Drawn nicely in barrier number 5. He'll get his opportunity once again. He got down in the middle of the track, and look, he was no match for Lucy in the Sky, who is racing later in the card, and I think can take the step up as well. So, look, a good run from him, and I think this is the right race for this horse.
Good report for our first replay. On we go to Gluck Racer, who wears the Penelope Pitstop pink out of the Wacky Races on the cartoon theme. Hasn't got a bad second up record. His first up record is good and had trial well leading into this too.
Yeah, exactly. And look, he's been consistent, win a third and a second in his last couple of races. That win did come in Class 5 though. He has backed up with his couple of placings in the bottom of Class 4. So, look, he has won a couple of races in Class 4, so he is capable. Barrier 7 with Karis on. He didn't quite make it, but he wasn't far away.
That's Gluck Racer, our second replay. We go on to our final one at Storming Dragon, who's been back to the trials up at Chung Fa. He led and he was pretty impressive here. He wins by 2 lengths over a horse called I Am the Boss, who's racing at the Valley on Wednesday.
Yeah, look, blinkers on for the first time, cheek pieces come off, and the gear seems to have done pretty well. How to Train Your Dragon there with Storming Dragon, and finishes off this one really nicely. So a good run from him. He's had the 3 starts now, and he's run well on all 3. So yeah, he definitely goes in.
And that is a look at the replays as Storming Dragon rolls down to the line. So before our producer, Super Nintendo Charmers out of the Simpsons, tells us to knock off the cartoon theme, Paul, what are your selections?
Going to go with the 4 on top here. I think this is the right race for Steps Ahead. Mimi, he goes in there for second. Only You now, he's downgraded with blinkers on, or back on, drawn nicely in barrier 2. So I think you'll find this a bit easier, and Storming Dragon as well is a big chance. 4, 7, 2 and 8.
That is race number 5. It is the first leg of the Triple Trio. Race number 6, a preview time now, and from the top for this one, it is the second division of the 1400 Class 4. Coming Patch unlucky last start. Sunny to Best, he was a course and distance winner 2 starts ago. Lucky Gold's won 3 times course and distance. Top Peak, extra £6 for his last start win. Casapapa comes back from the 1650 of Happy Valley last time. Fantastic Choice led from the 12 over the 1200, draws 11 over the 1400, and Smart Fighter wears cheek pieces and a hood for his first time. Fantastic Choice. Does he get across? Paul, no. Sunny to Best will get him from barrier number 1.
I'd say Sunny to Best. When he did win his race, he led all the way, didn't he? So I think the 2 of them will probably share the lead. Smart Fighter. Top Peak's the last start winner. He should get a similar type of run. Lucky Planet will need some luck from his draw as well. I thought Beauty Alliance shouldn't be too far away. Let's do it. Casapapa. Jumbo Fortune's gone forward in the past, but from his wide draw, I think he'll go all the way back.
He did trial well too since his last start to Jumbo Fortune up at Chung Fa. We do start though with Lucky Planet, who's ended up running 7th here. Hasn't quite been a winning Lucky Planet. Mastermind ran second. He was first up after an enforced break in this. He too has been back to the trials and comes out of the Jumbo Fortune trial since this run.
Yeah, he does. Look, Lucky Planet, I'm worried about the draw for him, so I've left him alone. But Mastermind definitely goes in. I think he'll start favourite. He's been beaten at 1.6 in the past, this horse. He's 3.2, 5.7. So he's been in the market all 3 starts. He's still only a 3-year-old, so he's entitled to improve. He got out into the clear and he finished off nicely behind Divino here. So, look, he's getting there slowly. And the horse on the inside there who ran 4th came out and ran a really good race on the weekend.
And that was a ballistic win. Replay number 2 is Top Peak winning last time. Beauty Alliance, he's a little wide turning for home here, and Ever Smart, who leads, knocks up and runs 9th. Top Peak has had the 7 starts now. This was his first victory. Has a couple of placings to his name too.
Yeah, he should be able to get himself into a nice enough position, so he'll get his opportunity. Beauty Alliance, he's only had the 2 starts, so he's entitled to come on as well. He's still a 3-year-old by Starcraft. So, look, even up to a mile for him looks ideal for this one. But, look, I haven't got them in, but I think they'll still run okay.
All right, that was very diplomatic again, but Top Peak beating 4-runner there, and Invincible Missile running 3rd, Storming Dragon in 4th. He, of course, runs in race number 5. Fantastic Choice. Here he is leading for home here. He gave a bit of a sight. In the end, the Wanabe was able to run him down. Does he need to be on the rail and lead to win this race?
I think so, yeah. Look, his best races is when he's been left alone and dictated. I don't think Sunny the Best is going to let him do that. As such, that worries me. But he's drawn 11 too, so he might have to work to get across. So that's the reason I didn't include him.
Okay, we'll leave Fantastic Choice until he can be an uncontested leader, but the horse that beat him does look pretty smart. One more to have a look at. He was first up this day, was Coming Patch. He's a mile back and puts in a late spurt, albeit a little luckless.
Just a 1 win from his 10 starts with no placing. So he's an absolute one-hit wonder, this horse, Coming Patch. You can see from barrier number 5, he managed to thread his way through and he finished off nicely. So I think he'll take the last shot at him, this horse, and he's definitely going to get his opportunity. I'm going to make him the long shot. He started 47, 26, 90 and 40. Stepping up to 14 looks ideal as well.
All right, so there you go. Coming Patch for you.
Yeah, going to make Coming Patch the long shot there, and he's on top, the one. To beat the horse, I think will start favourite, Mastermind. Sonny the Best will be in the market as well. And let's do it. He's only a one-time winner, but he's well rated now. He gets back, he runs on strongly. 1-5-2-3.
That's a preview for race number 6, Paul's Value Bet. Number 1, Coming Patch. It's a 2,000 metre race, race number 7, and it's for the Class 3 horses. Packing Hurricane's a 3-time course and distance winner. Winning Dragon has the visor off. Turin Mascot, both of his wins have been over 2,200 metres at Happy Valley. Luminous is placed at the distance. Simple Hedge is placed 2 from 3, course and distance. We've got Oriental Smoke on an 8-day turnaround going from the 1,600 metres to 2,000. All of his wins have been at 12, but he won a cheeky race last week, and Accolade Start eligible for a lower grade race. He leads, Paul, but he's got to be sus at the 2,000, doesn't he, Oriental Smoke?
Looks that way, doesn't it? He just kept going last time, didn't he? He was just beaten by Karma, but he looks the likely leader in the race. Escape Route goes forward, Winning Dragon goes forward, Woodfire Bro goes forward, but he might just do it tough there, try and get outside Oriental Smoke. Turin Mascot, Bravehearts there next, all the way back to Packing Hurricane, who's drawn wide.
First replay has Universal Hurricane running second in this, Flagship Warrior 5th, Winning Dragon 7th and Escape Route 10th. This is what he can do, Universal Horizon. I might have called him Hurricane, but Universal Horizon, it is in the pink blinkers, but he's hard to catch, isn't he?
He is. Look, it was a good second here behind Stunning Peach, who looks really progressive, this horse. So from barrier 5, he should get his opportunity once again. He should get a nice run. I'm going to include him. I won't put him on top, but I think he's a legitimate chance in the race.
First time over 2,000 metres for him. That race there was over the 1,800 metres. Here's the Hurricane. Packing Hurricane is in this replay. He's got his best mate Harry Bentley on board. He ends up running third. Awesome Fluke was good winning this race, and he's trialled well since, but there's an extra £9 on his back.
Yeah, and he's drawn 14. Look, he made that mid-race move and kept them, and a few of them got caught napping, didn't he? From barrier 11, he has to go out to 14. I think they'll be on to him this time, and Oriental Smoke won't let him get past because, I mean, he looks like the 2,000. He's going to be trying to put a bit of pace in. I mean, what am I trying to say? He's a horse that will keep rolling, Oriental Smoke. So I don't think he'll let Awesome Fluke past him.
Which is our perfect lead into what he did last time, Oriental Smoke. This was last Saturday in the final race. Simple Hedge runs on to run third. It took Karma to run down Oriental Smoke, and for a lot of the straight, Paul, it looked like he was going to pinch it.
He did. He was a massive price as well. This is what I mean. He'll just keep rolling in front here. I thought it was a great run here from Simple Hedge. He missed the start. He's by Sebring, so the 2,000 metres shouldn't be a problem. He's been placed at it in the past as well, and he finished off the race really strongly. So of these ones, I prefer Simple Hedge coming out of the race. As you say, I'm just a little bit worried about the extra 400 metres for Oriental Smoke.
He's won over 1,200 metres, all of his wins so far, Oriental Smoke, but it's a simple trim of the bush for Special Hedge.
Yeah, he looks that way, doesn't he? I think he can...
Simple Hedge.
Simple Hedge. It's a simple trim. So, yeah, he's on top, the 8 to beat the 5, Universal Horizon. I'm going to put a Luminous in. He looks a real star in the making. He's not the biggest horse around. He'll be running on strongly and Packing Hurricane from the back. 8, 5, 7 and 1.
Simple Hedge, not Special Hedge. He also runs here in Hong Kong, but Paul with Simple Hedge, race 7, number 8. The first of the 2 group races, last day of group racing for the season in Hong Kong this meeting, and we have the Premier Cup over the 1,400 with California Spangle £135, Taj Dragon 15 lower as horse 2, and he comes back to 1,400 metres. Healthy Happy is a 3-time course and distance winner. Flying Ace has been back to the trials, and Telecom Fighters has the cheek pieces going on for the first time. He has placed over the 1,400 previously, Paul, but he's far better known over the 1,650, the bottom one.
He definitely is. Look, California Spangle's got pace. We know that. I think he can get to the lead. Telecom Fighters back in trip. Packing Treadmill, he's drawn 1. He might just make it a little bit difficult for California Spangle to cross. Healthy Happy likes to go forward from a wide draw. What's he going to do from there? Will he try and get outside California Spangle, or will he try and tuck in behind Telecom Fighters? That's the question. Flying Ace Mugen get back.
More from Paul in a moment. Firstly, though, Tom, with the rider of Flying Ace, it's Alexi Bedell.
Alexi, Flying Ace for David Hall, a horse you've partnered on a couple of occasions now. You chased home Kaying Rising last start. What was your overall take on the run last start?
I thought last time was a very good race, a very good run from him. I know he's been unlucky with the draw sometime, but last time was pretty straightforward. I had him in the right spot, free back, and he chased pretty well, so that was a good effort.
Looked like he never gave it away over the final stages. Do you get a similar sort of run from the draw this week, do you think?
I'm hoping so. I think with the California Spangle racing style, I should be hopefully in the right spot. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. 1400 might be his maximum, so it's good to be on the inside. I just have to be economic and save some energy.
I was going to ask you about that because it's only his second time trying 1400 metres. Is it within his range, do you think?
Well, I assume that the horse is getting more mature, and with the experience, he should be able to handle the distance. What's encouraging is the setup is pretty favorable for me because the pace should be okay, and I drew a good barrier, so it should be easier.
You know one of his race rivals particularly well, Healthy Happy. You were aboard him last start. How do you feel he's going at the moment?
Well, he's a horse that everybody knows very well, and he's a good horse. He likes to go forward. He's just aging a little bit, I would say. But he's still a very good horse and very competitive in that sort of races. And 1400 is probably his best distance, so he's still a potential danger.
So was that person riding past on the bike. They were a potential danger as well. Here's California's Bengal Ball last time up on the pace. He gets involved in the speed battle. He's still there at the end. Victor, the winner, to the inside. This was Mad Cool, the Japanese representative, 3 wide the grain. They really go hard early. Invincible Sage is getting the perfect run. We'll see him in a moment. Just pop out from behind California Spangle and beat him, but he certainly went down swinging, did the horse that carries the top weight.
Yeah, you can see the Japanese had that tough run. Victor, the winner, drops off as well, but as such, California Spangle, I don't know if he really enjoyed this rain-affected track as well, but he stayed on really nice. He's such a sort of a strong horse, this one. He's got to carry the weight, but I think he can. Look, a good run from Mugen there in third, but I think California Spangle from the front can dominate.
Good report for California Spangle. Now, Taj Dragon, will see him twice in this race, and also have a look at his fourth over 1600. 1400's his perfect trip. Packing Treadmill, felt for at the turn here. He ended up running fifth, but pulled up with blood in the trachea. Yeah,
so that's a little bit of a concern. Taj Dragon's had a great season. He definitely goes in for me. He's been racing really well. He's got to overcome, well, he's got barrier 5, so he should get a nice run just in behind. Did win over the course and distance 2 starts ago with the Apprentice Claim, and then the horses. This is it. So the horse is going well. So look, he goes in. I think he's a big chance.
All about the 1400 for Taj Dragon. This is just to indicate that the 1600 metres is just a little too far for him. Cheng Cheng Glory and also Galaxy Patch come out of this replay. They'll go around in race number 9 over the 1800 metres in the Premier Plate, but 1600 Paul, just not his go.
Yeah, look, it was just a step too far for him. So we saw the better run from him, and that was over the 14.
Also got Flying Ace. What about a Flying Ace? We heard from Alexi Bedell. Have you got him in your selections? Because we've done it to Taj to Dragon to death.
Yeah, definitely. I think Flying Ace, he's been running really consistently. Look, he hasn't had much luck in his draws in his early days, but he's really put it together in his last 4 starts. So I think he's a good chance.
Well filled. So there's Taj Dragon finishing the 1600. California Spangle for you.
Yeah, I think California Spangle's the class horse in the race and can carry the weight. Mugen in there for second, Taj Dragon and Flying Ace. But I think it's around the 1 and 5 Quinella, 1-5-2-4.
That combination of Brenton Avdallah and Tony Cruz for Paul to win the first of the group races on Sunday. The last group race of the Hong Kong season is race number 9. It's the running of the Premier Plate over the 1800 metres. We've got Beauty Joy at the top of the book. Galaxy Patch goes up £7 on his narrow win over Ching Ching Glory last time. Nimble Nimbus has a great record over 1,800 metres. 5G Patch and La City Blanche went through the staying series, the Queen Mother and also the Champions and Chater. Ching Ching Glory carries possible 117, maybe as low as 115, and CP Brave is a 3-time course and distance winner. All for St Paul's in this race, Paul, and he knows generally one thing.
Yep, straight to the front, keep going. So, this is going to be a little bit tougher for him. He's got to come up into group company. Ching Ching Glory led last time, but he doesn't need to lead, and he's actually raced really well when he's come off the pace. Sword Point is a stablemate of All for St Paul, so he won't put too much pressure on. Nimble Nimbus might, though, because he's drawn wide, barrier 11. He might come across. CP Brave, happy together, should get good runs. And then the stayers, La City Blanche looks too short for him, and 5G Patch, and the best Peach is up in group.
Tom joins us first of all to talk to Frankie Law about his 3 runners in this Group 3.
Frankie, 3 runners in one of the Group 3s at the weekend. Happy together, he's had an excellent season. He's won 5, including a Group 3 race at Happy Valley, the January Cup. Came to your stable at the end of last season. What's been the turning point for this horse?
I think, sometimes an English horse, he need time. So, I think maybe I'm lucky. So I get this season. So I think he's fine. So he get a 5 winners for me, yeah.
You must have been really impressed with what he did in the QE2 Cup behind Romantic Warrior, because we know how that form's turned out, where he ran 4th. It was a super run, I thought.
Yeah, he won really good. He finished 4th and not too far back. So I'm very happy.
What's his best trip? It says 1,800 metres, but he's obviously been effective over a mile as well. What do you believe his best trip is?
I think 18 to 2,000 should be good for him at this moment, yeah.
You've been happy with his work and his trial leading into this weekend?
Yeah, he trialled in Chung Fa. He trialled good. And this morning I just put Alex on. He said the horse still in good form. He very relaxed in the morning, so I'm happy, yeah.
What about Sword Point? Where do you feel he's at the moment, Sword Point? Because he had a good 4-year-old season, but he's been, I guess you could say, a bit disappointing this season?
Yeah, at the early after this season, he's after 2 or 3 runs, I think his form a little bit dropped. So I sent him to Chung Fa, just come back on Tuesday. He looked like a little bit better than before. I hope he get one good race for me also, yeah.
You happy with his trial? He looked to move well. He settled 3rd and loomed up.
Yeah. He looks better also in Chung Fa trial, and I hope he went better for me. Yeah.
What about one of your stable stalwarts in the race as well, All for St Paul's? 2 wins this season. He's up for start 50, and he's having his first run in a group race this weekend. Where's he at the moment?
Yeah, he's same. He always Chung Fa, Hong Kong, Chung Fa, Hong Kong. I think he's 7 years old already, and he in this race, I think maybe he can lead by himself. Also, one of the horse, Ching Ching Glory, maybe sit beside him. So the pace I think should be okay for him. If everything good, usually lightweights, everything can happen. Yeah.
That's Frankie on his 3 runners. This is the Lion Rock Trophy, Paul, and this was a great battle. Galaxy Patch just overhauling Ching Ching Glory. Beauty Joy, he's been racing consistently. He ran 3rd, of course. He was a Group 2 winner 3 starts ago. But there's a turn in the weights which will give Ching Ching Glory his chance, won't it?
Yeah, definitely. And look, he should get first run once again on Galaxy Patch. I just thought the conditions of the race would suit Ching Ching Glory slightly better than Galaxy Patch. He has to carry the weight and has got the wide draw. No, it was a really good win from Galaxy Patch here. Ching Ching Glory's only had the one go over the 18, and that was in the Classic Cup, and he all bet the hot favourite there, Helios Express. So he's, I don't think the distance is a worry for him. So I think they're both legitimate chance. I think they can Quinella the race again.
There you go, there's your Quinella of these runners. CP Brave has raced well over the 1800 this season. All for St Paul's knocks up. La City Blanche, he's been racing over the 1.5 mile races. And the best Peach, he runs 6th here. Trial since has only been fair, but he did run 2nd in this race last year, the best Peach.
Yeah, he did. So that's one thing for him. Look, this is a Class 2 race. It's going to be a lot harder for all these horses to step up to group company and beat the likes of Ching Ching Glory and Galaxy Patch, who have been performing at that sort of level. So as such, I didn't put any of them in.
All right, we'll wait till they get back down in grade, those runners there, but you've already released your Quinella earlier.
Yeah, it's just which way we put them. I'm going to go with 10 Glory to beat him, though. 8 to beat 2 here, just with the pull on the weights. Happy Together now, he's been going very well recently, and Beauty Joy, we know he's consistent at this level. 8, 2, 3 and 1.
Paul with Ching Glory to win race number 9, which is the first leg of the late treble. Race number 10, competitive looking race this one, and they jump from the gates at the 1200 for the Class 3. James Tack, two-time course and distance winner. GoCo wins now with Douglas White. Toronado Phantom is minus the pacifiers. Phoenix Lake gets a £7 claim and is a 4-time course and distance winner. Haven't seen Module Construction since November. He's had a left front tendon injury. Polaris, Natural High, Silk Road Glory and Yeah Buddy all make their Hong Kong debuts. Fashion Legend, no blinkers nor tongue tie in race number 10. Who rolls to the front here, Paul?
Young Superstar led all the way last time. I think they'll try and do that once again. Lucy in the Sky can sit just off the pace. Polaris has gone forward in his trials. Module Construction has gone forward in most of his races. Fashion Legend. Now, Silk Road Glory is another one that's gone forward with blinkers on, so he'll be looking for a bit of cover there or trying to get across. James Tack might just have to take some cover as well. Excellent Fighter normally goes forward. If he does go forward, he's going to be very wide.
Thus he is going back on the speed map. Here is the debut win in Hong Kong by Young Superstar, arrived with form from Singapore. Was able to find the lead and beat them by an easy length and a half. Goes up £8 for it. And James Tack, was slow out this day, which didn't help his cause.
No, he's drawn wide, so I think he's going to have to take his medicine from barrier 12 and go back once again. But look, I thought it was a strong win from Young Superstar. He's drawn nicely. He drew 1 here and went straight to the front. He's drawn nicely in barrier 5. Angus is aboard him, and look, I like the way he really stretched out and won well. So, look, I think he's going to get his opportunity once again.
Good report for Young Superstar to remain unbeaten in Hong Kong, but he's going to have to stop horses like this one, Lucy in the Sky, who was beaten 2 starts ago by Glory Elite, who's more than franked that form, and then he came out and won again, Lucy in the Sky, up in grade for the first time.
I think he can win again, though. Look, he's drawn nicely in barrier number 2. He's won 2 of his last 3, ran second, as you mentioned, behind Glory Elite, who was just well rated that day. Look, the worst we've seen from him is a 5th from his 5 starts. That was his debut run. Ever since that, he's just been running really well, and I thought it was a really strong win. It looks like there's rating points in hand with him.
So Lucy in the Sky to keep on his winning ways. He pricks the ears winning that race. New home for GoCo win now. Douglas White's given him 2 trials. Just fair in the first one. That was on the all-weather. He was much better down the Sha Tin straight in the second trial.
He's a well-rated horse as well. 1 of 74. He's down to a 71 rating with a new stable. He's won the trial. So, look, I'm going to put him in on a minor line. I thought the trial was pretty good from him. We know he has got ability. He's been placed 7 times from his 18 starts, and I thought it was a strong trial win here over a shorter distance, so over 1,000. So stepping up to the 1,200 should be good for him. So maybe just the change of environment's done this horse well.
There's a GoCo win. Andrea Razzani takes the ride from barrier number 10. His last run was on the 17th of April when with the Dennisship stable. This is Polaris. He wins over 1,100 at Ballarat and 1,250 metres on the Kensington track. Formerly trained by the Waterhouse Bot stable, was known as Critique.
Blinkers, tongue tie on for his debut run. He's had the 2 trials to get him ready. Look, I'm happy to watch him here on his debut. Barrier number 8 from him. Look, he was pushed out on this trial, but he did win it. So he seems to have come to hand reasonably quickly and did win with blinkers on over in Australia before he got here as well.
Been win or bust, 7 starts, 2 wins, no placings for Polaris before he arrived. Silk Road Glory, there are 4 first starters in this race. He was bullhouse for Nicky Burke and won over the 1,200 metres at Moe. He's had the 4 trials now with Pierrong, Zach Purton on board.
Blinkers went on him when he did win his race in Australia as well. That was on a soft track though at Moe. He's put blinkers on here. He's drawn awkwardly in barrier 11. It was a nice enough trial from him. He seemed to be getting through the ground here with no issues. But look, I'm just going to put him in on a minor line, Silk Road. I think there's other better candidates in him.
He's also run second in a trial, 8th in his second trial, and his first one in Hong Kong was up at Chung Fa. He ran 4th behind Healthy. Healthy had a quiet first look around Chung Fa. Selections, Paul.
Going to go with Lucy in the Sky. I think Lucy in the Sky can carry on his winning ways, and he goes on top for me. So Lucy in the Sky from Young Superstar, Silk Road Glory and Goko win. 5, 2, 12 and 3.
Karis Teaton to ride the winner in race number 10 for Paul. For trainer, Mi Choi. And we wrap up the 11 races at Sha Tin at 9:20 on Sunday night. Top Gun carries the top weight. He's won a trial since his last start. Galaxy Witness, blinkers off visor goes on. Superb Kid minus the blinkers, cheek pieces re-added. Stellar Express has been to the trial since his last start. Huge Wave and Beauty Glory, both last start winners and carry a heap of extra weight. Lost Child's a last start winner too, and he carries an extra 2 pounds. On to our speed map, Paul, and we have Top Gun and Tourbillon Prince leading.
Both leaders. Top Gun's led both as Hong Kong starts, and Tourbillon Prince is a strong leader as well. So they'll put the pace into the race. Beauty Glory's another one that tried to lead, he led all the way last time, but he might have to work to get across. Beauty Crescent and Stellar Express can get nice runs. Lost Child's a last start winner. And Thriving Brothers went well on his debut as well. So I think every horse they're going to get their opportunity.
And on Thriving Brothers right now, Tom speaks to his jockey, Lyle Hewitson.
Lyle, Thriving Brothers going around in the last four. Douglas White looked a reasonably good performance, I thought, first up.
Yeah, well, his trial in Chung Fa was excellent leading up into that race, and the horse we beat in that trial ended up winning the race that we participated in. So the form around that is really good. He had a good barrier last time, but we didn't want to be too aggressive and teach him to only race hard and fast, considering that he probably has the scope for a bit more. So he got the cover, he raced genuinely in behind them, and he actually didn't get much clear air, but still hit the line really well. So I thought it was a very pleasing performance, one that he would have learnt and come on from. And yeah, stepping up the extra 200, he can be in a good spot once again from a decent draw, and he'll run well.
You mentioned that trial. He'd only had 2 trials leading into his debut. How much do you think he can improve here, second up?
Well, naturally you'd expect quite a bit of improvement, fitness-wise, just from a mental perspective as well. So, you know, that was sort of why we went straight to the races, because we thought he was ready to go. But instead of trialling again, let him have a proper head out under pressure, and he held himself quite admirably.
From your limited experience with him, is he a horse that has a good attitude and whatnot?
Yeah, he is. He's quite a nice horse in every aspect. Still learning a few things. I think he can change leads a bit easier, but he races really nicely behind. He's got good gate speed, travels well, and showed last time he has a finish. So got a lot of nice attributes about him.
He will have to beat some of the following horses, in fact all of the following horses, if he wants to win this race. Huge Wave was good, but Paul, 11 extra pounds on his back, goes up to 129 here. Ruby Lot 3rd, Beauty Crescent 6th. Are you taking any of these?
Yeah, look, Superb Kid, who runs 13th, is a clear excuse. He was wide all the way and didn't have a good run. His blinkers off, cheek pieces on barrier 1. I think he'd been really consistent before this run. It didn't go to plan, so forget that. Ruby Lot showed 1400s, no problems for him. He finished off strongly enough here down the outside as well. And look, I just thought Top Gun, second up for him, maybe a little bit of excuse. And he wasn't too far away from them as well. So I think there's plenty to take out of that race.
He's trialled well since Top Gun. He's beaten Home California, Spangle, and neither were pushed out in that trial. Beauty Glory, well, the punter was right here. The money just kept coming for him, and he was backed into 12-1. He beats Leslie. We've also got Beauty Crescent, who's stalking him, turning for home.
Yeah, look, he got his own way in front here. He won't from barrier 12, not with the pace underneath him. So that's why he doesn't go in, Beauty Glory. Beauty Crescent was right on the cusp for me. He's a horse who's been racing really well, and he did finish a nice 5th in the 4-year-old series behind Helios Express as well in that 1800-metre race, and he's drawn barrier number 4. He's back to 14. I don't know what the exact right distance is for him, but he was close to going in.
One more to have a look at. The last 2 winners, Paul, have not been well served at the weights, but Lost Child has. He still gets in off a very low rating on the back of this victory, and Jolly Ruler's rediscovered some form at his last two.
Yeah, it's a really good race to finish with plenty of form coming out of different races. This is the other one, Lost Child. He got into the clear at the right time and finished off and won nicely. Jolly Rulers put a couple together as well. So, look, both of them legitimate chances coming into the race. Jolly Rulers just a little bit of an awkward draw in barrier 9, but he has won from 10 in the past. I think they're stronger races than this, though. So, look, that's why they didn't go in.
And we'll leave them where they are, those two. They're not in, but who is?
Going to go with a Superb Kid. I thought it was a clear excuse from him last time. He'd been really consistent leading into this race as well. Like the fact that Cheek Pieces came back on from an inside draw. Ruby Lot, the 1400 looks good for him. Stellar Express has been expensive. 2.8, 2.7, 3.1, 2.4. Beaten favourite 4 of his 5 starts. But look, he has been placed in a few of them. And Top Gun will put it down to second up last time for him. 3, 9, 6 and 1.
That's Twilight Racing. Sha Tin Sunday, 11 races, 9 on the turf. It's the A course, 2 on the all-weather. Racing commences 4 o'clock Hong Kong time.